It's Wednesday. I have work at 2. It is 11:40. Pushing it here. But I need something to eat for lunch. So why not make pasta salad, but with couscous? It's kind of crazy how much you can learn about food history when you're just trying to make yourself lunch and shoot a YouTube video at the same time. Were I a lazy person, I would just give you your recipe and have you be on your way. But instead, I thought we could go back in time for a minute. Today's dish is Israeli couscous pasta salad. There will be no mayo, just so you know. Have you ever wondered what the difference is? I mean, apart from the size, of course, between the tiny granules we call couscous that originated in North Africa and the larger size that we call Israeli couscous, or sometimes also pearl couscous. Both are made of semolina flour and are small and round. However, some do not consider Israeli couscous to be technically couscous. And here's why. This larger shape was, from the very start, made in a factory into uniform sizes, whereas traditional couscous was made by hand. Certainly it is also made in a factory now, but that is where it originated. This larger pearl couscous was created in Israel in the 1950s during a time of food scarcity, specifically rice shortages. But there was still wheat. So, inspired by traditional couscous from nearby North Africa and based on pasta that Ashkenazi Jews knew from Europe, pearl couscous was born. Okay, there's your history lesson. I could go even deeper, but I'm hungry. Let's cook. Start some water on the stove. With traditional couscous, you cook it in a very small amount of liquid and it absorbs it like rice. So this pearl type is more like pasta, so you want at least double the amount of liquid, if not more. Salty like the sea. Bring to a boil. Measure out your couscous. I'm making a cup, which will serve about 3 people. Into the water that will go. And in the meantime, I'm going to start soaking some golden raisins. Roughly a 1/4 cup. You could also use currants. Regular raisins are just far less appealing, but I guess use what you can find. Golden raisins are just on the top of the raisin food chain. Doesn't really make sense because raisins don't eat each other. Golden raisins are better, okay? We're gonna soak this in a tablespoon of red wine vinegar and a tablespoon of hot water. Actually, let's make it 2 tablespoons of vinegar. 8 to 10 minutes later, your couscous should be done. You can go ahead and taste the couscous to make sure it's done. Nice. Still chewy, which is good, but not hard to chew. And very nicely salted. Strain. Just gonna go ahead and directly oil this up, because it's gonna hang out for a while while we finish everything else. And I don't want it to stick together, because that would be annoying. Let's toast some pine nuts, also roughly a 1/4 cup. Nuts are one of those tricky things to toast because they can go from perfect to burned in a matter of seconds. Do not take your eyes off of the pine nuts. Keep it moving. It's really the key here. I could be using a spoon right now, I suppose, but I would have to walk away from the pine nuts, and that is too risky. They are far too expensive for that. So you want this kind of like golden color. That's ideal, but they're not all gonna get that way because then the ones that turn that color first are gonna get too dark. Like these are starting to get questionably dark. So I'm gonna pull them, but not just pull them off the heat, I'm gonna pull them out of the pan. Set those aside as well. I'm gonna chop some scallions and some garlic. Cook those real quick. This is another item you might not want to take your eyes off of. We want these to be cooked so that we don't have the bitterness and the sharpness of their raw state, but we also don't want them to be burnt. So you do want to do it on high heat. It's not like we're sweating them out and sauteing them. So that's when you start to see a little bit of a golden color on anything. Pull it. We're gonna need to go get some herbs now. We're taking a little field trip outside. I have my flowering cilantro. They charge extra for that at the store, which is stupid because it's really just growing too fast and bolting. And then of course we have the flowers, just one of the perks of summer. Mint, parsley, chop, 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 chop. Okay, I'm done saying chop. Dressing time. I'm gonna make a quick dressing. This is going to be so simple compared to other dressings you've seen me do. Olive oil, probably 1/8 of a cup, so it's really just 2 tablespoons. And that's because a lot of the components that I often put in dressing are already gonna be in the salad. I like things pretty bright. There's a little champagne then. And that's gonna be it. Just oil and vinegar. Mix these ingredients together until you like how it tastes. There are no rules. Let's bring it all together now. Add your cooled couscous to the herbs. Mix that up. Golden raisins. Kind of strain it out of the liquid. Pine nuts. Scallions and garlic. Feta. We know I love cheese. Sorry, people who are vegan, this is still great without cheese. Arugula for nutrition. Dressing. Some spices in here. Some chili flakes. So you can mix all of this together ahead of time and have it sit for a while. Just mix the arugula in when you're ready to have it and you'll be good. A word of advice though. When you're done, go rinse your mouth out because you're gonna have little green things all over the place from those herbs. Super delicious though. So I'm gonna go now and like make ice cream or something because I'm a psychopath and don't know how to rest. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye. There's a little behind the scenes is the whole kitchen. Can you see how cramped we are in the kitchen though? It's a little behind the scenes moment of my kitchen. Me trying to film in my kitchen. We are making couscous salad, and Tom wants a seltzer, but he cannot reach the fridge.
I do want a seltzer, you're correct.
All right, here you go, pumpkin.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
I'm not a pumpkin. Bye-bye.
Yes, you are. Goodbye.